The Galactic Council's emergency session had been in progress for 6 hours, and Ambassador Zethkira's crystalline appendages were beginning to dim with exhaustion. The holographic display at the center of the chamber showed the same devastating image that had paralyzed the galaxy's greatest minds. Asteroid 7749 Omega, a rogue planetoid the size of Earth's moon, hurtling toward the trade hub of Kepler Station at relativistic speeds. "The trajectory is confirmed," announced High Coordinator Vexlan, his 4 eyes blinking in synchronized distress. "Impact in 72 standard hours. 2 million beings will perish, and the economic disruption will cascade across 17 star systems." The assembled representatives, beings from 47 different species, chittered, hummed, and buzzed their despair. The collective had faced asteroids before, but nothing of this magnitude moving at such velocity. Their most advanced deflection arrays would be like throwing pebbles at a charging Rorthak beast. "Perhaps," suggested the ethereal delegate, her voice barely a whisper of ionized gas, "we should begin evacuation protocols. Accept the inevitable." It was then that the human representative spoke for the first time. "No." Captain Sarah Chen's voice cut through the multilingual cacophony like a plasma cutter through steel. The chamber fell silent. Humans had only joined the Galactic Council 18 months ago, their species still considered primitive by many. Their planet barely passed the nuclear threshold when first contact occurred. "Captain Chen," Zethkira's translator rendered his skepticism perfectly, "your species' enthusiasm is appreciated. But this is beyond conventional solutions. Our quantum computers have run 17 million scenarios. The probability of successful deflection is 0.0003%. Sarah stood, her compact frame dwarfed by most of the alien delegates, but her presence somehow filling the vast chamber. "Your computers are calculating based on your methodologies. You're trying to push the asteroid off course with brute force. That's not how humans think." She activated her personal holoprojector, displaying a complex schematic that made several delegates recoil in confusion. "We're not going to deflect it. We're going to disintegrate it." High Coordinator Vexlan's translator emitted what could only be described as electronic laughter. "Impossible. The energy required would exceed the output of 3 stellar reactors." "If we used your energy," Sarah replied calmly, "but we're not planning to use energy. We're planning to use precision." Over the next hour, Captain Chen outlined humanity's proposal. It was audacious beyond the Council's comprehension. Instead of massive energy beams or gravitational manipulators, the humans proposed deploying a swarm of microcharges, each, larger than a grain of sand, equipped with quantum tunneling explosives. "The charges will penetrate the asteroid's surface at mathematically calculated points," she explained, her fingers dancing through the holographic model. "Simultaneously detonated along the asteroid's internal stress fractures, they'll cause a cascading structural collapse. The asteroid won't be deflected, it'll simply cease to exist as a coherent mass." The silence that followed was deafening. "The precision required," whispered the ethereal delegate. "The timing, the calculations. A nanosecond deviation would result in complete failure." Sarah smiled, an expression that had unnerved many species but was beginning to be recognized as a sign of human confidence. "Precision is what we do." The next 68 hours became legend in galactic history. While the Council's member species offered their most advanced ships and technologies, it was human ingenuity that orchestrated the symphony of destruction. Commander Rodriguez piloted the deployment craft with reflexes enhanced by neural interfaces, threading between the asteroid's chaotic debris field, smaller rocks shed by gravitational stress that would have destroyed any conventional ship. Her movements were so precise that she threaded gaps measured in meters while traveling at thousands of kilometers per hour. Dr. Okafor, a quantum physicist who had been laughed out of 3 universities for her impossible theories about tunneling explosives, became the mission's technical lead. Her calculations, performed on humanity's latest quantum computer, accounted for variables the galactic computers couldn't even perceive. The microscopic variations in asteroid composition, the gravitational influences of distant planets, even the solar wind pressure at the moment of detonation. The deployment took 47 hours. 17,000 microcharges, each placed with surgical precision at points calculated down to the atomic level. The galaxy watched through long-range sensors as tiny human craft danced around the massive asteroid like fireflies around a mountain. Detonation in 30 seconds, Dr. Okafor announced from the command ship. The bridge was silent except for the soft hum of computers making final calculations. 15 seconds. Across the galaxy, billions of beings held their collective breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, initiate. For a moment, nothing appeared to happen. The asteroid continued its inexorable path toward Kepler Station. Then, like a flower blooming in reverse, it simply unraveled. Not an explosion. Explosions were chaotic, wasteful. This was different. The asteroid came apart along perfectly calculated lines, each fragment separating from its neighbors with mathematical precision. What had been a moon-sized destroyer became a cloud of manageable debris, scattered across a volume of space so vast that most pieces would never threaten another world. The galactic communication channels erupted in celebration, but Captain Chen was already focused on the next challenge. The debris cloud, while no longer catastrophic, still needed to be cleared from shipping lanes. Phase 2, she announced. Cleanup operations begin in 6 hours. As the human fleet began organizing the largest debris collection operation in galactic history, High Coordinator Vexlon found himself standing next to Sarah on the observation deck. "Your species," he said finally. "You are not what we predicted." Sarah watched her people's ships working with mechanical precision, each craft knowing exactly where to be and when. "What did you predict?" "Chaos. Your psychology profiles suggested a species driven by emotion, prone to rash decisions and unpredictable behavior." She smiled again, that uniquely human expression. "You're not wrong. We are emotional. We are unpredictable. But you missed something important." "What?" "When everything is on the line, when the stakes couldn't be higher, when chaos threatens everything we care about, that's when we become most precise. That's when humans are most human." The asteroid crisis became known as the Precision Event, marking humanity's emergence as a major power in galactic affairs. But more than that, it became proof of a truth that would reshape interstellar relations. Sometimes the most chaotic species could deliver the most perfect order. And in the years that followed, when the galaxy faced its darkest hours, they would learn to stop predicting what humans might do and simply be grateful they were on their side.